Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Saturday the 2nd of August 2025. Today was match day, the last friendly match day before the season starts, and it was incredible. It was amazing. It was a fantastic performance from Millwall as we ran away 3-0 winners against Estoril Praia of the Portuguese Premier League, so Portuguese top league. And we made them look like chopped liver. So, yeah, this is the match report from southernnews.co.uk. Coburn double after Ivanovic opener for impressive Lions. Yes, very impressive. And they look good too, wearing the new kits. Josh Coburn struck twice to ensure Millwall ended their pre-season on a high with a convincing 3-0 victory over Estoril Praia at the Den. Mihailo Ivanovic had put the hosts in front after just 10 minutes before strike partner Coburn had a brace shortly before the break to sink the Portuguese top-flight side. Lions boss Alex Neil offered some hints about his starting 11 next Saturday at Norwich City. Neil set up his side in a 4-4-2 formation with Stephen Bender preferred to Max Crockham in goal. Alfie Doughty started left back while Camille Negley was on the right side of the midfield. The Lions produced two early headed efforts, Jake Cooper forcing a stop from Joel Robles, and Coburn seeing an attempt go just over after meeting Tristan Kramer's delivery. The promising early start was soon rewarded when Mill broke the deadlock. Femi Aziz put in a perfect cross from the left, which was clinically finished by Ivanovic from 6 yards out. Cooper was unable to connect with Ivanovic's infighting flick on midway through the opening half as the hosts once again threatened. Patrick de Paula came close to drawing the Portuguese side level with a dipping 31st minute curler that flew just wide. Kramer whipped in another dangerous ball which Coburn failed to capitalise on, and then Negley's corner caused panic in the visiting defence before they eventually scrambled it behind. Mill doubled the advantage 6 minutes before the break thanks to Coburn, who turned on the edge of the box after being found by Aziz and then coolly fired past Robles. Bosh! Aziz was inches away from meeting Coburn's cross, and then the winger saw an effort blocked before Negley's follow-up shot was deflected behind. The outcome was put beyond doubt on the stroke of half-time as Coburn rose high to head home Doughty's corner. Estoril made a trio of changes at the break, but it was Coburn again who almost added to their woes with an early header that was inches wide. Bender had been a virtual spectator, but did well for him finally called into action to deal with Pedro Amaral's effort, and once again when denying Felix Barker. Another Doughty corner almost led to goal, this time Robles reacting well to keep out Cooper's header, and Thiago Parante tested Bender with a good shot at the other end. Neil made full use of his bench as the second half progresses, and Adomo Maku showed some promising signs upon his introduction. There were no more goals for the Lions fans to celebrate, but they will have gone home happy after witnessing an impressive display ahead of next weekend's opening championship fixture against the Canaries at Carrow Road. And the team was as follows: Bender, Kramer, Tanganga, Cooper, Doughty, Negley, Mitchell, Denor, Aziz, Ivanovic and Coburn. The subs that came on were Leonard on for Kramer in the 74th minute, Harding on for Tanganga in the 85th minute, Sturge, remember him? He is alive, he's come on for Doughty in the 74th minute, Luongo on for Negley in the 65th minute, Kundal on for Mitchell in the 65th minute, Imaku on for Aziz in the 74th minute, Langstaff on for Ivanovic in the 78th minute, and the subs not used were Crocom and Przewozny, the two sub goalkeepers. For some reason, there was two goalkeeping substitutes on the bench. So yes, there you go. And if you haven't seen it, it was, like I said, it was impressive by Millwall. I don't know if we're going to be playing like that away at Norwich. It would be good if we had the two up front, but obviously, it's an away game, so there are different ways to play at home and different ways to play away. They might go safety first and just go with one up front, and that would probably be Coburn, because I think he's probably more suited to be up front on his own, but you never know. So, what can we say? Well, again, the thing with the Estoril, they didn't press that much, so that meant Millwall were able to hold on to the ball, pass it around, come forward with it, and then we did much like what the under-21s were doing last night. Is that you get the ball up into the opposition half, and then you keep it, you pass it around, you move it, you try and create things, and if you lose the ball, you swarm and you press hard quickly to try and get it back, rather than just quick, let's run back. So obviously I don't know how many English clubs won't be trying hard to tackle you, to press you. So there is that, but I mean, we were very good. Femi's was very good. Coburn's goal was excellent, perfectly mastering all axes of space and time. Yep. What are you talking about? Yeah, the ball came into him, he dropped it, he did a pirouette, turned, came back, and then he poked it with the outside of his, I think it was his left foot. So the outside of his left foot. So the guy's like, I mean, you got to see it to believe it, but that was pretty impressive. Ivanovic again scoring, fantastic stuff. Doughty, set pieces from Doughty, so he's the main man for the set pieces now, and they are top draw. They're really good. I mean, hopefully we can get some goals from some set pieces now, because we've got someone who can actually take them. So, good all round. It has to be said as well, this team, I think, I'm not sure, but I think they probably jetted in, like yesterday, probably spent the night, and they probably jetted back straight away after the game, I would imagine. They're not the richest of teams, and I don't think, I saw in the fixtures that they were going to be playing Nottingham Forest, and turns out that game was actually in Portugal. So they played them sometime this week, maybe Tuesday, and they drew 0-0. So they drew 0-0 at home to Nottingham Forest. So the only thing I know is that that game took place in Portugal. I don't know what team Forest put out, but 0-0 against a Premier League team at home. And then they come over here, and we beat them quite easily, 3-0. So, yeah, that is impressive. And looking around today as well, you see Norwich, who we're playing next week. They won 2-0 against NAC Breda at home. So, they got a win as well. Josh Sargent is still there. He scored. There were talks of him leaving. Maybe he could still leave. Was it Wolfsburg? I don't know. But it would be good if they lost some of their players before the window closes, and certainly by the time next week's game comes around. But obviously Norwich away, probably one of the worst fixtures in terms of results that we've got in our history, going away at Norwich. So again, do we have a chance? The way we played yesterday, yeah, we got a chance. We do have a chance. Let's move on to this from millfc.co.uk. Some pictures of the team in the kit, looking good. Wearing the white socks, because I believe the socks for the home kit are supposed to be blue, but obviously because Praia have blue socks, it was switched to white, and it does look good. So yeah, here we go. That's the opening goal there from the number 9. High fives all round. Cooper heading towards goal. Tanganga, will he stay now? The team's looking good. If we win, maybe he'll stick around until next summer. Coburn. Doughty. Long sleeve. Bit chilly today. Was a bit chilly today. Ivanovic. Coburn. Yeah, I think a lot of people have underestimated how good Coburn is. And I think we're about to find out this season. Langstaff. New keeper's kit. I think that's the first time it's had an outing. It does have the roaring lion on just without the circle around it. But I believe it's printed on. So the reason why they stopped doing the roaring lion like that and instead had like a little patch that they sew on. Because it's easier to just sew the patch on because you just got to go around the circle. And there you go, there's your patch. Rather than, if you have that lion there, but printed on, embroidered, you have to have like the machine going crazy and do the whole thing on for each separate one. So they don't do that anymore. That's why they did the circle with the patch. And you put the patch on the shirt. Easy. This one printed on. So it's like, it's just like screen printed or something like that. It seems to be like built into the shirt, like part of the fabric, not like an iron transfer. It's part of the shirt. So yeah, it's Cundle there. The Langstaff. Full time. We're back round. So there you go. Photos from the game today. We've got some post-match comments. I'm sure we'll have some more, probably tomorrow or Monday. Millwall boss delighted with pre-season efforts ahead of Canaries opener. And this is from the southernnews.co.uk. Alex Neil says he can't fault Mill's pre-season, which concluded today with an emphatic 3-0 home win against Estoril Praia. All of the goals came in the first half as Mihailo Ivanovic's opener was added to by a brace from fellow attacker Josh Coburn. The Lions have produced some decent stuff in the build-up to next weekend's championship trip to Norwich, and the Den Chief has been left suitably impressed, Alex Neil said. It's been a really good pre-season for us. We played in a variety of different ways, against a variety of different opponents in terms of maybe games where maybe we were dominant with the ball and we tried to break somebody down, and today we needed to be transitional and try and counter. And there have been games where, we've pressed and we looked really aggressive, and today we were a little bit more passive and stayed into our shape. So, all the boxes we want to tick across pre-season, we managed to do so. Despite today's slick display, Neil was keen to stress it wasn't necessarily make much difference to who starts against the Canaries 7 days from now. He explained. It's got no bearing on the side for next week, no. The changes we made, in the second half were just about getting minutes and legs and preparing for a game would be similar to Norwich. As I said to the lads before the game, the way I work is I will obviously have a good look at Norwich this week and I'll pick the team I feel has the best chance of winning that game. This game will not have much relevance to that apart from the fact that obviously when you play really well, you put yourselves in a stronger position. A lot of the lads did that today, which is great, and even though pleased Coburn and Ivanovic each found the target, the boss felt his two strikers could have scored more. They even had more chances. There were a couple of occasions in the game where they could have maybe added to their tally. Tristan Kramer had two corners where he and Coburn should have got the head on each of them. It was a strong performance and a disciplined performance, and certainly as the game wore on, we could see they moved the ball really well. And you can't press for the full game, so I thought we got the balance right in terms of how we approached it. I thought we were really good, and it was a good test for us. Estoril, they're a good side, so we had to be patient at times and pick and choose at times when to jump and get the ball back. And traditionally, I thought we were a real threat, and we scored 3 goals and probably should have scored more in the game, by the way. Defensively, we were relatively solid, so I can't remember much of note in terms of whether they should have scored. From that perspective, to play against a good quality opposition and restrict them while also looking a real threat, I thought we got the balance just right, by the way. There you go. Now, looking to the future. In 2 weeks' time, tickets to Newport County, obviously, they have been announced as going on sale. because they finally received them from Newport, and obviously we know who we're playing now. Obviously we got the shit end of the stick in terms of we were drawn against one of the teams and we didn't even know which one it was going to be, and that was the only either or, and we got them. So Mill will travel to Newport County on Tuesday the 12th of August, 7:30 kickoff. 7:30 kickoff, not 7:45 kickoff, in the Carabao Cup first round, and tickets are due to go on sale on Monday the 4th of August, which is interesting. Why is that interesting? Because on Monday is also the open training session. So, now tickets are due to go on sale to season ticket holders on Monday the 4th of August, with a time to be confirmed in due course. Any remaining tickets are due to go on sale to members from 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday the 5th of August. Tickets are priced at £15 for adults, £12 for over 60s, £12 for under 22s, £10 for under 16s, and free of charge for under 6s when purchased with a full paying adult or senior ticket. So there you go. Now, very weird sentence there, so I'm going to say that again. Tickets are due to go on sale to season ticket holders on Monday the 4th of August, with a time to be confirmed in due course. And, that's unusual. Why? We don't even know what time the tickets are going on sale. Now, normally it's at 9:30 a.m., but, as mentioned, the team are doing an open training session on Monday, which, off the top of my head, I probably should have brought it up, but I was going to mention it tomorrow as a preview in tomorrow's video. I think it's 10 o'clock, isn't it? So again, one thing they do is they use this to sell memberships, especially to children, because that lets them. You have to be a member to go into the training session, or a season ticket holder. So they might be a little bit busy at the ticket office in the morning to cover the open training session. Now, obviously, I doubt there's going to be many people buying memberships after the thing started, after it's finished. I think it's 2 hours long, maybe an hour, 10 to 11, 10 to 12. So maybe they might go on sale at 12 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. I doubt it's going to be 9:30. Under 14s tickets need to be purchased with an adult senior ticket. Tickets will go off sale at 2 p.m. on Monday the 11th of August, which is always the case. Any tickets selected for collection will need to be collected by this time from the den. After 2 p.m. they will be sent to the away club ticket office for collection on the day of the game. We have an allocation of 1,062 tickets. 1,062 tickets. Coaches will leave the den at 1:15 p.m. Coach tickets are priced at £38 English. So again, there you go. There's the details. Still waiting for the time. When are they going to tell us that? Tomorrow? Monday? Interesting stuff. You need to go and buy a ticket. I guess they assume. How many people actually go down there and queue up? I imagine there's a few, because the technology online can be a bit shit. And if it's a big game and you want to make sure you get your ticket, you still go down there, especially if you're retired, and you've got the time and the availability, or if you're self-employed, you make time to go down there and do it. Because there is, I would say, probably every time tickets go on sale, probably at least maybe 20 to 50 people that do go down there and do that. But obviously they're talking about online. Now, one thing, I don't think there's going to be a lot of clamouring for this, but again, this is the opportunity for the club to fuck it up, in terms of if they start the sales online at 9:30 and then they don't sell it in person until 11, you're gonna piss off a few people. So whatever time they do choose, make sure it's the same for in person and online. because you don't want to upset people, because you know they love to moan. Now, gonna finish with this bit of nonsense, really. Done. Although, is it done? I mean, Bannan signs a new deal at Crisis Club Wednesday. So he signed a new deal. This is from bbc.co.uk. Sheffield Wednesday captain Barry Bannan has signed a new contract with the troubled Championship club. The 35-year-old said he had turned down interest from elsewhere to continue his stay at Hillsborough, despite the EFL this week expressing doubts over whether the club would be able to fill its fixtures this season. Bannan has been at Wednesday for 10 seasons and remains a key player, but he has seen his teammates leave the club this summer after multiple late payments of wages. Wednesday, who have missed payments to HMRC and face rising debts, currently just have 15 first-team squad members, while departed manager Danny Roll has been replaced by Henrik Pedersen. If the EFL have doubts that they will be able to fulfil their fixtures this season, they cannot be allowed to start the season. Simple as. Like, you can't do that. It's just ridiculous. But here's the thing, nobody wants to be the one that pulls the plug, because they're going to get all the hate. But they're going down anyway. Like going down in terms of they're going to get relegated, but they're going down in flames. They're crashing and burning. But here's the thing. In terms of getting a winding up petition, if someone owes you £750 and you think that they cannot and will not pay that to you, you can get a winding up petition. That's all it is. So all of these players, they could get together and, go to the court and get a winding up permission to get them petition to get their money back. But of course, if they did that, they would be persona non grata in half of Sheffield, and they would be accused of killing the club. Where they're not the ones who's killing the club. Old Chanziri was the one who's killing the club. So, but here's the thing, like, he was a free agent. If they don't pay his wages next month, he can become a free agent again. So he's literally the contract he signed is like null and void, is rubbish. It only matters if someone else comes in and takes over, and they have to take on the contracts of the existing company. Because otherwise, if they go bust, or if they don't pay his wages, he can leave again. So, again, he signed a new contract, but it's not worth the paper it's written on, and this is a bit of a joke, really. And I don't think I said it the other day. I don't think there's going to be any way that we're going to get to the game in November that we've got against them, and it's going to go ahead. I think they're going to be gone by before then. I would imagine. So what have we got? Maybe they'll get them up to the first international break is in September, start of September the 12th, or somewhere around then. They might get them to that, but I mean, it's going to be a joke all the way along, and that's going to be like 4, 5, 6 games. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous, man. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So keep an eye on that one. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.